Hey, I get it when you're scrolling through endless TV options, it feels like a gamble. You're thinking, is this the one that will actually make movie night feel like a mini theater, or am I just throwing money at another big screen that looks great on paper but underdelivers in everyday life? I've been there, and I spend a lot of time digging through specs, forum threads, and those 1-star and 5-star reviews to see where the hype meets reality. If you want to peek at the exact model details on Amazon, the link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Sony BRAVIA 7K55XR70 is a 55-inch 4K HDR Smart QLED Mini LED TV that landed in Sony's 2024 lineup, and it comes bundled with a 4-year CPS Enhanced Protection Pack. At first glance that sounds like a premium package, but the real question is whether the combination of QLED, Mini LED backlighting, and Sony's processing really translates into a noticeable upgrade for your living room, or if it's just marketing speak that won't change the way you actually watch TV. Let's start with the picture. The Mini LED backlight is the bigger story here. Unlike traditional LED panels that use a handful of dimming zones, Mini LED can split the backlight into thousands of tiny LEDs, allowing for much finer control over brightness and local dimming. In practice, that means deep blacks in a dark scene, such as the shadows in a thriller, and bright highlights that pop without washing out the colors. I tested this on a typical Sunday binge of a recent sci-fi series, and the contrast was genuinely impressive. The night city skyline stayed crisp, and the glow from neon signs didn't bleed into the surrounding dark sky. The QLED layer adds a punch to color volume. QLED isn't a brand new technology, but when paired with Mini LED, it becomes more than just a marketing label. Sports fans will notice richer greens on a football field and more vibrant team colors during a live broadcast. The color accuracy held up well after a brief calibration using the TV's built-in picture mode presets, which are pretty solid out of the box. That said, if you're a color-critical professional, say, a photographer who needs near-perfect color reproduction for editing, this set still lags behind dedicated reference monitors. The picture is great for entertainment, but it isn't a substitute for a calibrated studio monitor. Now, let's talk about the software side. Sony Smart TV platform runs Android TV under the hood, so you get access to a full suite of apps like Netflix, Disney+, Amazon Prime, and even YouTube. The interface is clean, and the remote includes a dedicated voice button that taps into Google Assistant. Voice control works for turning the TV on, launching apps, and adjusting volume, but it can be a bit finicky when you ask it to find specific content. Find a rom-com from 1998. In my testing, the voice assistant recognized my commands about 80% of the time, which is fine for casual use but can get annoying if you rely heavily on it. One practical strength that often gets overlooked is the 4-year CPS Enhanced Protection Pack. Most people think warranties are just a safety net, but this one covers accidental damage like screen cracks and drops, which is a real consideration for families with kids or for those who move a lot. The coverage is straightforward: just register the TV on Sony's website, and you're good to go. If you're the type who tends to be clumsy with electronics, that extra layer of protection could save you from a costly repair bill down the line. On the downside, the size and weight of the TV can be a hidden hassle. At 55 inches, it's a statement piece that needs a sturdy mount. The Mini LED panel, combined with the QLED layer, makes the unit heavier than a conventional LED TV of similar size. If you're planning to mount it yourself, you'll need a wall mount that can handle at least 70 pounds and be prepared for a bit of a workout during installation. I found that the included mounting hardware was decent, but you'll still want a professional if you're not comfortable with a drill. Another point to consider is the audio. Sony has historically prioritized picture over sound, and this model is no exception. The built-in speakers are a 2-channel setup that delivers clear dialogue but lacks the bass and immersion you'd expect from a true home theater experience. If you're used to a soundbar or a full surround system, you'll definitely want to add external audio equipment. The TV does support HDMI ARC and eARC, so pairing it with a soundbar is painless, but that's an extra cost to keep in mind. Connectivity is solid for HDMI ports, one of which is eARC, a USB-C for media playback, and Wi-Fi 6 for smoother streaming. I didn't encounter any lag when gaming on the console, and the TV's input lag was low enough to be comfortable for most casual gamers. The only quirk is that the HDMI ports are all on the back left side, which can be inconvenient if your media